What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with our K Outpost and GeeksandGamers.com, and it's time to talk about Colin Kaepernick again. Colin Kaepernick, who hasn't played in the league in around 3 years, who recently made a settlement with the NFL so they could basically get him out of their hair so they didn't have to worry about anything, gave him a bunch of money to basically clear up their whole, the owners are conspiring to keep me out kind of thing. Regardless of any of that, whether any of that's true or not, Colin Kaepernick is back in the news. We haven't talked about it yet on Sports Wars here, but he was informed by the NFL that he has a workout, and people, NFL teams from all over, can come and watch him if they want to. Now, that workout was announced to be on Saturday in Atlanta. Now, it's a little strange. Uche Waniri did a good video about explaining why a Saturday workout is strange, and I'll make sure that I link that right up there somewhere. And so Uche did a really good video on that, explaining why Saturday workouts are strange. Usually they're Tuesdays. So it was a little weird. The weird thing about this is that no one saw this coming. Colin Kaepernick hasn't really been asking for a workout. He has still been working out and keeping in shape. He wants back in the NFL, evidently. But, this came kind of out of the blue. All of a sudden, the NFL is just like, hey, just so you know, we've got a workout if you want to be there. He asked for it to be rescheduled. The NFL said, no, this is the day. So, okay. Kaepernick thought that he was told that he would be told what teams are actually going to show up and be there. However, the NFL came back and said, no, that's not the case. So let's just read this article right here. Colin Kaepernick won't know who will attend workout ahead of time. NFL will not provide a list of personnel, executives, and coaches who will attend Kaepernick's workout on Saturday. Sources earlier Wednesday told ESPN that the NFL had agreed to give Kaepernick a list. However, an NFL source later said they never promised that, and they won't be providing it. Although a lot of teams have confirmed they will attend, none has identified by name who will be going. Several high-level NFL executives reached out as a courtesy to Kaepernick's representatives and said they couldn't attend and were caught off guard and confused by the purpose of the NFL scheduling this workout. So it does seem a little strange, right? No one really knows why the NFL is scheduling this workout. Now, whether an NFL team can use Kaepernick or not, I think it's undeniable that Kaepernick has more talent and could likely be better than a lot of the backups or the backup quarterbacks in the league, and arguably some of the starters. The question becomes, as it has been for 3 years, the question becomes whether the hassle and the drama surrounding Colin Kaepernick would bring to your team is worth his level of talent. And I think for the vast majority of NFL teams, that's no. That's why you haven't seen him. There comes a point, even with the most insane talent like Antonio Brown, that it becomes too much. So that will really be the question. Is there any team that thinks that there's a good enough balance? And a lot of people think that there has to be. We'll get to what Stephen A. Smith said later, but let's finish through this right here. The NFL informed its clubs Tuesday that a private workout would be held for Kaepernick. This is to include both on the field and an interview with the quarterback, who's been on football since 2016, the year he began protesting. Sources previously told ESPN that Kaepernick and his reps were alerted to the workout at 10 a.m. Tuesday, ahead of the 4 p.m. Eastern time personnel notice sent to teams. When notified, the quarterback right here asked for the workout to be on Tuesday, which is typically when NFL workouts take place because people aren't traveling. It's more of a day off for a lot of coaches and GMs. But the NFL stuck to Saturday. They said it had to be Saturday. So Kaepernick said, okay, so that made the crunch time a lot. That's why a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of conspiracy theories floating around about, well, is this just a PR stunt by the NFL? Why would the NFL even schedule this workout? They don't need to do this. The NFL has settled their issue with Kaepernick. There's nothing else. Why even approach it if it was just a PR stunt from out of nowhere like this? When Kaepernick's reps were asked, this is interesting, whether a team or teams had asked for the workout, NFL League office says, we can't tell you that. So that is that's what a lot of people are talking about. Because of the mystery on the workout and because none of the teams had been informed before Tuesday, Kaepernick's reps began to question the legitimacy of the workout and process and wonder whether it was a public relations stunt by the league. Which, again, it doesn't make any sense to me. And then this has a list of people who will be there. So the Dolphins, Lions, Falcons, and Bucks have said they'll be there. The Broncos said they'll be there. Redskins, Cowboys, and the Cardinals. Now, what I think personally is that we'll take this off really quick. What I think is that the league doesn't want to announce who will or will not be there to avoid any public pressure that may be put on someone. So, like, say if the Bears are like, no, we don't want to go, we don't want to see the workout, and people are like, well, you need a quarterback. Why is it? Why don't you want Kaepernick? Is it because of what he stands for? Are you against that? That's what I think the NFL is doing by not announcing who will be there and who will not be there. That's just my opinion. But that to me makes a lot of sense. I'm not sure how everyone else feels about it, but because he definitely could. We've seen Kaepernick go out on social media and try to put a bunch of pressure on different teams and get a bunch of different players around him to do the same thing. So I think that's what they're trying to avoid with this. But as to why this workout's happening, we have this article right here. ESPN analyst, so Stephen A. Smith, I've been told Kaepernick will have a job next week if he keeps his mouth shut. So all of those concerns seem valid, but if the NFL didn't want Kaepernick to play, they could have just stayed out of it. Why meddle with the status quo if the league liked the status quo, especially after settlements had been made? Exactly. So right here, one possible explanation exists, including the strange scheduling, the demand for a combine in the middle of the season, and the unprovoked outreach, which is the NFL needs someone to hire Kaepernick ASAP for whatever reason. So this is saying that they think they really need this PR right now, which I don't really agree with. They're talking about Michael Bennett and, how Michael Bennett's changed since he went to the Cowboys. That doesn't make any sense. But here we go. Did Bennett just suddenly throw his friend under the bus, or was the last piece to fall into place? Outspoken analyst Stephen A. Smith is hearing that this trade is mandatory, as it will be an offer for some teams shortly thereafter. The only way Kaepernick doesn't get an offer on Saturday's workout if he can throw the ball or if he can't keep his big mouth shut. So you have the quote from Stephen right there. Only Colin Kaepernick can mess this up. It's beyond all that other stuff now. So that is definitely what I think is the reason for this is because there's a team that's interested in signing him, but they have to have a workout. So they reach out to the NFL, did all this because they're trying to feel the waters out. They don't just want to go and bring him in for a workout. They know the mass hysteria that would cause. They want to kind of do it under the radar. So we will see. We will see. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think there's anything fishy going on with this? Or do you just think it's the NFL kind of playing it close to the vest to avoid any outside public pressure on any teams? Do you think that Kaepernick has a spot? Where do you think he's going to land? Is there any teams that can use him? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you guys later.